2 years ago, a 72-year-old elderly man ate 2 boiled eggs every morning. He never skipped it. He completely believed that eggs kept his muscles strong. Then one day he slipped in the bathroom and broke his hip bone. The doctor said the bone was broken, but the real problem was that his muscles had weakened so much that they could no longer support his bones. He then asked, "But I eat eggs every day." The doctor's answer shocked him. The doctor said that eggs contain protein, but his body could no longer use it properly. This story doesn't belong to just one person. In a large study conducted on more than 80,000 elderly people, it was clearly revealed that after the age of 70, the human body cannot properly absorb the protein in eggs. So you eat eggs every day, but the protein never reaches your muscles. It's like putting gasoline in your car, but the fuel never reaching the engine. Will the car run? It won't. The exact same thing is happening in your muscles. And the most frightening thing is that by the time this is realized, it is usually too late. When someone falls, when walking becomes difficult, when they are forced to become dependent on their children. But what if I told you there are 5 nuts that can rebuild your muscles even more powerfully than eggs? These are nuts whose amino acids travel directly to the muscles, reduce inflammation, speed up recovery, and keep you so strong even after the age of 70 that you can lift your grandchild into your arms. Today I will tell you those 5 nuts, and when you hear number 1, you will say, "How can just 2 of these have this much power?" You won't believe it. So watch this video until the end, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, subscribe so that life-changing videos like this keep reaching you. So let's start with number 5, cashews. And wait a minute, don't think of this as just a nut used in desserts. There is something hidden inside cashews that has astonished scientists all around the world. Cashews contain an amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine like this. It is the key that unlocks the muscle-building machine in your body. Without this key, even if you eat all the protein in the world, you cannot build muscle. And the amount of leucine in cashews is so high that there is nothing like it among plant-based foods. Just 18 cashews, only 18. In these, there are 500 milligrams of leucine, and alongside that, 5 grams of complete protein. But the real story is just beginning, because the true wonder of cashews is their magnesium content. After the age of 70, many people increase their protein intake, but magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins are left behind. As a result, the muscles have the material to build, but not the energy to get started. Magnesium is that energy. Without it, muscles cannot contract properly. Stumbling while walking increases, and at night cramps occur in the calves. Cashews give you a head start with leucine and keep you going with magnesium. Now a small but very important point. If the cashews are salted or roasted in oil, their benefit decreases and inflammation increases. What you need is raw or dry roasted, not a full handful. Even half a handful is enough at the start. Especially if your stomach often feels heavy, you can mix them into a smoothie in the mornings or crush them and add them to yogurt. And if you eat them with something containing vitamin C, like an orange, guava, or bell pepper, mineral absorption increases even further. Just be careful of one thing. Don't turn cashews into a sweet treat. This is a tool for strength. Now listen to a frightening truth right here, because this is exactly why people continue to weaken after the age of 70, even if they exercise. The issue is not just building muscle. The issue is muscle breakdown. If your body is breaking down old muscles every night, everything you do during the day is reset to 0. And the nut that works most silently to stop this breakdown is pistachios. Yes, that small green nut that people see as nothing more than a garnish. The protein in pistachios is also good, about 6 grams per ounce. But the real game is played by the antioxidants inside. As age advances, free radicals cut through muscle cells like a rusty knife. That green and slightly purple color in pistachios, that becomes the shield for your muscles. In some studies, markers of muscle breakdown in elderly people decreased by approximately 19%. And another thing that makes pistachios special is potassium. Think of it as the remote control for muscles. When potassium is low, muscle signals are delayed. You tire quickly, and your balance is disrupted. Buy pistachios in the shell, because peeling the shell slows you down and prevents overeating. Eat a few pistachios an hour before bed at night, but only as much as won't make your stomach feel heavy. This way, it supports muscle repair during sleep. But the next nut strengthens the walls of your muscles. And without those walls, no matter how much protein you eat, it cannot enter your body. This wall is actually the outer layer of your muscle cells, and it begins to thin with age. The nut that provides the strongest support for this wall is almonds. When people hear the word almond, protein immediately comes to mind. But I will reveal a secret that very few people know: vitamin E. It both protects and builds your muscles. Most people associate vitamin E only with skin, brightness on the face, shine in the hair. But this thinking is wrong. Vitamin E actually keeps the outer wall of your muscle cells, the cell membrane, strong. Now think, if the walls of a house are weak, no matter how valuable the furnishings inside, if it rains, everything is ruined. The same thing happens in muscle cells. When the cell membrane is weak, amino acids and nutrients cannot enter the cell. No matter how much protein you eat, no matter how hard you try, nothing reaches the muscles. And as age advances, this membrane begins to weaken on its own. In a large study, it was found that in elderly people who regularly took vitamin E, markers of muscle damage after exercise decreased by up to 36%, a full 36%. This is not a small number. This means that the muscles of elderly people who eat almonds suffer less damage after exercise and recover faster. Just 1 ounce of almonds, approximately 23 pieces. With this amount of almonds, you cover nearly half of your daily vitamin E needs, and alongside that, you also get more than 6 grams of protein. The right way to eat almonds is with the skin on, because the brown skin of almonds is not just a color. Inside that skin, fiber and polyphenols are hidden. These provide extra protection. If your teeth are weak or you have difficulty chewing, put the almonds in water at night. By morning, they will have softened. Eating almonds half an hour before exercise is the best time, because by then the vitamin E and protein will have already entered the bloodstream. Afterward, eat them together with a banana or whole grain crackers so that the protein reaches the muscles more quickly. Now pause here for a moment, because what I'm about to tell you may be the most surprising part of this video. We all know that muscles need protein. We have also learned that vitamins and minerals are necessary, but there is something nobody talks about. That is the connection between your brain and your muscles. Think about it. When you raise your hand, the hand doesn't rise on its own. First, the brain sends a signal through the nervous system, and then the muscle contracts. If this signal weakens, slows down, or goes the wrong way, no matter how strong the muscle is, it cannot use all its strength. And after the age of 70, exactly this happens. This communication system from the brain to the muscles begins to slow down. Now the question is, which nut can speed up this communication? The answer is walnuts. And this is no coincidence. Walnuts even look like a brain. Walnuts are the only nut in the world rich in alpha-linolenic acid. This is the plant-based form of omega-3 fat. The same fat is also found in fish oil. This omega-3 protects your neurons and makes signals traveling from the brain to the muscles faster and clearer. In 1 ounce of walnuts, there are 2.5 grams of omega-3, 4 grams of protein, and an abundance of polyphenols that protect neurons from the damage of aging. But the greatest feature of walnuts is that when you eat them, your gut bacteria convert them into a powerful compound that strengthens the mitochondria of the muscles. Mitochondria, the small energy-producing factory inside your muscles. When this factory runs fast, strength in the muscles increases and fatigue decreases. In studies, it has been observed that the muscle endurance of elderly people increased simply by eating walnuts every day. Store walnuts in a closed container in the refrigerator because the omega-3 fats inside deteriorate quickly. Soak them overnight, eat them in the morning, add them to a smoothie, or chop them over a salad. But friends, number 1 has not yet been revealed. And this is such a nut that when you hear its name, you will say, how can just 2 of these have this much power? Number 1, Brazil nuts. These are large, creamy nuts that grow in the Amazon rainforest, and most people know nothing about them. But once you learn the secret, the other 4 nuts will fade into the background for you. Brazil nuts contain something that is not found in any other food in such quantities. That is selenium. With just 2 or 3 Brazil nuts, you can meet your entire day's selenium needs. Now you might be thinking, selenium is just a mineral. What does it have to do with muscles? Then listen, selenium directly controls your thyroid gland, and the thyroid is what decides whether your body will build or break down muscle. Think of it this way, the thyroid is a boss, and it tells every department in your body what to do. If this boss becomes lazy, the entire company slows down. After the age of 70, the thyroid naturally begins to slow down. This is why building muscle becomes so difficult. The selenium in Brazil nuts keeps this boss awake and active so that the metabolism stays in muscle-building mode. But wait, there's more. Thanks to selenium, selenoproteins are formed in the body. These special proteins directly protect muscle cells from oxidative damage, meaning Brazil nuts protect you from the damage caused simply by breathing and staying alive. In studies, elderly people with good selenium levels in their blood were found to have much better muscle strength compared to those with low selenium, and the difference was not just slight. In one study, people aged 70 and above were given selenium for 12 weeks. The result was a 30% increase in leg strength, no extra protein shake, no meat, no eggs, just selenium. And the most interesting thing is that this increase came not from the formation of new muscles, but from existing muscles beginning to work better. But there is one very important thing. Don't eat too many Brazil nuts, only 2 or 3 per day. Excess selenium does the exact opposite and causes harm. Nighttime is best for eating them, because selenium helps in the production of certain hormones needed for sleep and nighttime muscle repair. Store them in a closed container in the refrigerator, and if you are using thyroid medication, be sure to consult your doctor. Friends, those were the 5 nuts. Cashews provide you with leucine and magnesium. Pistachios prevent muscle breakdown. Almonds keep the cell membrane strong. Walnuts keep the connection between brain and muscles fast. And Brazil nuts, thanks to selenium, keep both the thyroid and the muscles alive. Now the question is, where to begin? Trust me, today start with just one. Start with Brazil nuts, because if you eat just 2 or 3 a day, you will begin to notice the difference. Then slowly incorporate the other 4 as well. Walnuts at breakfast, almonds before exercise, cashews in a smoothie, pistachios before bed. These are small steps, but they are steps that will save you from depending on someone else. These nuts are not just food, they are your freedom. The freedom to stand on your own 2 feet. The freedom to lift your grandchild into your arms. The freedom to walk without anyone's support. If this video taught you something new, be sure to like it, subscribe, and write in the comments which nut you will start with.